right, so we are working on an example where we're going to add linear expressions. So the first thing we're going to do is get rid of these parentheses. So I'm first going to just rewrite this here. So this is 4 plus 1/4 x. There's a positive outside. So remember, positive and a positive is going to equal a positive and a a positive will still equal a positive. So really, you're just rewriting what you already have. Now here, when we look over there, we have a positive and a positive, which is going to be a positive, and then a positive and a negative. Okay, so we got to remember those signs. So this is going to be the same thing as plus 2/3 x, and then we're going to subtract 8. Okay, so notice now we have everything outside of the parentheses. And so what we can do is set it up by stacking our terms. So I'm going to put my constant, usually I put my constants last, so I'll continue with that. I'll put a variable first. So this is going to be 1/4 x. Okay, I'm going to put a check mark over it to let me know that I've addressed that. And then I'm going to put 2/3 x plus 2/3 x below it. So it's going to be plus 2/3 x. Okay. And then over here, we have a 4. So I'm going to start up here. That's a positive 4. And then we have a negative 8. So I'm going to subtract 8. And it doesn't matter, how you have the terms. But what I'm just doing is just grouping them, right? So similar to those bins that we had before. All right. And so we're adding 1/4 x to 2/3 x. So I'm going to write that over here, 1/4 plus 2/3. And so I know that I need to find a common denominator. It's best to find our least common denominator, right? In this case, remember, you're looking at multiples of 4s and 3s. So this is 4, 8, and 12. This is 3, 6, 9, and 12. So remember, if you multiply those denominators, you can find a common denominator. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's the least common denominator, which is why I always use the multiples here. But yes, in this case, it would be 12. So what happens is I'm going to have 4 times what number? Let me put 12 for my denominators. All right, 4 times 3 to give me 12, right? And then 3 times 4 to give me 12 here. So what is 3 times 1? That gives me 3. 2 times 4 gives me 8, and then I'm adding those two. So then I have 3 plus 8, that gives me 11. My denominator stays the same, so that's 11/12, okay? So over here, we're going to put that back, 11/12 x. And now we just need to address our constant, right? So we have a positive 4, we have a negative 8. That means we're going in opposite directions, right? So we're going in the positive, and then we're going in the negative. So remember, in that case, you would use subtraction. So using the larger number first, so 8 minus 4, that gives me 4. So your constant is 4. And then you look at the number that is the largest. So we see that 8 is the larger number. And what sign is attached to the 8? That's a negative. So in this case, our answer is going to be 11/12 x minus 4. This is your answer.